members of cabinet, members of the judiciary, speakers, members of parliament, invited guests, please join with me as we take the opportunity on behalf of the government of Guyana and the people of the country to welcome Sadhguru. Put your hands together. And joining him on his quest as he travels the world to enlighten both himself and the world, I invite Machel Montano to introduce and welcome Sadhguru to the stage. Thank you very much, folks.
Good evening to all. His Excellency, President Ali and wife, members of the cabinet, ministers of the Guyanese government, all protocols observed, members of the media, and most importantly, the people of Guyana, thank you for having me here today. It's been a while since I've been here, more than 2 years, and it feels good to be back home away from home. This is like my second home. I must boast that I have a large fan base in Guyana and across the diaspora, giving Trinidad and Tobago some competition. So I'm very, very happy about that. But today is a very historic moment and a historic day for the Conscious Planet movement. Today we signed an MOU in collaboration with the people of Guyana to support saving soil. This was a follow-up of yesterday where we did the same with 4 other Caribbean nations, Antigua and Barbuda, St. Kitts, Nevis, Dominica, and St. Lucia. This movement is about what we can do now to provide a future for our children and for generations to come. The Conscious Planet movement is highlighting the fact that we are facing soil extinction. And by that I mean the soil is a living organism, and over the last few decades we have been losing the biodiversity in the soil, the microorganisms, the microbes, the life of the soil. The life in soil is important for us to provide nutritious food for humanity and, of course, for the well-being of our children and generations to come. So this movement is very important, and I'm very, very proud to use my voice, use the platform that I have to encourage others to join. So before I bring the man behind the movement, I just want to say how proud I am to be from the Caribbean and see us as a people leading this charge to encourage the rest of the world. We are united as a people, different nations, different countries, but one people, one culture. And I think now is the time for us to show our strength and show how we can, take up the baton and help this movement go forward. I encourage all of us to play our role. What can we do? Sadhguru is going to tell you more about what he's doing, but we can support by telling our friends, posting online, making a lot of noise, saying that we support saving soil. And I would like to draw your attention to a short video presentation that will highlight these facts. But I thank you all for already stepping up and being here. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you very much. And now I present to you the Conscious Planet video presentation. Thank you.
We are talking about climate change, carbon emissions, and global warming and various other aspects, but we are not addressing soil. Soil is the habitat upon which zillions of lives thrive. Once there is no richness in soil, then you have forsaken the planet in many ways. Every responsible scientist in the world and the UN agencies are clearly saying we have only 80 to 100 harvests left. That means approximately 45 to 50 years of agricultural soil left on the planet. By 2045, we will be producing 40% less food than what we are producing right now, and our populations will be 9.3 billion people. The food shortages that could manifest in the next 25 years, the consequences of that is unimaginable. Civil wars will unfold across the world once there is food shortage. What we are facing now is soil extinction. Why is soil becoming extinct? Where is it going away? What is happening to our soil? We must understand, if you add organic content to sand, sand will turn into soil. If you remove all organic content from the soil, soil will become sand. In normal agricultural soil, the minimum organic content should be between 3 to 6%. The most minimum is 3%. At least this minimum to keep the soil alive, to keep the soil as living soil is a must. Agricultural soils across the world, the depletion is so heavy, in most countries, more than 50% of the topsoil is already gone in the last 100 years. The nutrient levels have dropped significantly. The level of micronutrients you would get from your food in early 20th century to what you are getting from the same food now has dropped 90%. If you ate one orange in 1920s, what you got from it, now in 2020, if you have to get the same, you will have to eat 8 oranges. This is what we have done to our food.
Soil is the biggest ecosystem on the planet, and so few people know anything about it. 1 teaspoon of healthy soil probably contains more microbes than there are people on Earth.
The microbial life in the first 12 to 15 inches of topsoil is the basis of our existence. It is this magic beneath our feet which has produced the life that we are. This first 12 to 15 inches of soil is the basis of life for 87% of life on this planet, including you and me.
We have to begin to recognize that what we call our soil, Mother Earth, is a living organism.
Open soils, ripped open by plowing, open to sunlight, is the basis of destruction of microbial life. So the focus should be on agriculture, the focus should be on seeing that land is under shade as much as possible, some kind of shade, grasses, herbs, bushes, trees. Conscious Planet is launching Save Soil movement to bring about a policy change to regenerate soil. As a part of this, I'm 65 and I'm riding 30,000 kilometers, a lone motorcycle journey, 30,000 kilometers across 24 nations to activate support from the citizenry to assure the governments long-term investments will be appreciated. So it's extremely important that soil regeneration is enshrined in the policy of every government on the planet. We must change the narrative on the planet that soil is a wealth, a legacy we have received from previous generations, and we have to pass it on as living soil for future generations. We are in a cusp of time. If you do the right things now, in the next 15 to 25 years, we can significantly turn this situation around and regenerate the soil. But if we allow this to progress like this for another 30 to 40 years, after 40 years if we attempt this, then it could take 150 to 200 years because that much loss of biodiversity would have happened. From 21st of March for 100 days, The whole world, every human being on the planet should talk soil. We must hear the word soil, save soil everywhere to see that the narrative on the planet changes towards the most vital aspect of our life, the soil. Each one of you should reach as many people as you can to make this happen. Many global leaders and influencers are already participating in the movement. Be a part of this and let us make it happen.
From my part, as much as I can contribute.
We're going to save the soil. Do your part.
And saving the soils.
Our future, our children's future, and our planet's future depend on it.
Save the soil.
We know what we must do, so let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Open by plowing, open to sunlight, is the basis of destruction of microbial life. So the focus should be on agriculture, the focus should be on seeing that land is under shade as much as possible, some kind of shade, grasses, herbs, bushes, trees. Conscious Planet is launching Save Soil movement to bring about a policy change to regenerate soil. As a part of this, I'm 65 and I'm riding 30,000 kilometers, a lone motorcycle journey, 30,000 kilometers across 24 nations to activate support from the citizenry to assure the governments long-term investments will be appreciated. So it's extremely important that soil regeneration is enshrined in the policy of every government on the planet. We must change the narrative on the planet that soil is a wealth, a legacy we have received from previous generations, and we have to pass it on as living soil for future generations. We are in a cusp of time. If you do the right things now, in the next 15 to 25 years, we can significantly turn this situation around and regenerate the soil. But if we allow this to progress like this for another 30 to 40 years, after 40 years, if we attempt this, then it could take 150 to 200 years, because that much loss of biodiversity would have happened. From 21st of March for 100 days, the whole world, every human being on the planet should talk soil. We must hear the word soil, save soil everywhere to see that the narrative on the planet changes towards the most vital aspect of our life, the soil. Each one of you should reach as many people as you can to make this happen. Many global leaders and influencers are already participating in the movement. Be a part of this and let us make it happen.
From my part, as much as I can contribute.
We're going to save the soil. Do your part.
And saving the soils.
Our future, our children's future, and our planet's future depend on it.
Save the soil.
We know what we must do, so let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and please help me welcome the yogi, mystic, and visionary leader of Conscious Planet, Sadhguru.
That's not me, okay? Sakalam karunam samayadipate akilam karunam. Namaskaram. Namaskaram to everyone, Excellencies. The moment we are born as human beings, life became complicated. If we had come like any other creature, eating, sleeping, reproducing, dying one day, was a perfect process. Being human, you have to do all these things. If you can control the bass a little bit, please. Not sounding like me, that's the only problem. Sound engineer is going. Being human, we still have to do all those things that every other creature does. But somehow, it's not enough. When we are hungry, there's only one problem: food. The moment the stomach is full, 100 problems. This is the nature of the human being. If we had come like any other creature, just a few simple physical requirements taken care of, we would be just fine. Hello, are you there? Hello? Are we in talking terms or no? I know you're wearing a mask, but you can still speak. I've still not said anything to upset you. See, once you come as a human being, you do not know how far to go, what to do, what not to do, what is good, what is bad, all kinds of issues. First of all, through a whole life process, most people cannot figure out what it means to be human, first of all. See, if you had come like any other creature, you never saw a tiger sitting and wondering, will I become a good tiger? Will I end up as a house cat? No such issues. Did you ever see one? If he eats well, he becomes a good tiger. As simple as that. Well, you have come as a human being, how many issues? At every point you think this is it, but when that is done, you realize that is not it, something more is needed, something more is needed. So this fundamental human predicament, how to be. But the irony is, we are the only ones, the human species, who are referred to as human being. We never called a tiger being, an elephant being, an ant being. No, only this one is called being, because this is supposed to know how to be. You think they made a mistake on this one? Our problem is this: if we had come like any other creature, the percentages I'm throwing are just off the cuff, it's not like a perfect percentage. If you had come like any other creature, probably 90% of what you should be was determined by nature. Only 10% latitude to exhibit your own individual tiger personality, dog personality, ant personality, something. But once you come as a human being, you have come unformed. Only 10% is determined, 90% you are supposed to put it together. This is the human suffering. So, this world has created certain things that you create a role model and you try to become like them. People keep asking me, Sadhguru, who was your role model? I said, I never roll with the models, Nature made you in a certain way, all you have to do is nurture this. You don't have to become something else. There's nothing else to be. Every life is striving to be a full-fledged life. Whether it's a tree, bird, animal, whatever you take. You plant a mango tree, am I reminding all the Indian origin people, am I torturing you by talking about mangoes, Indian mangoes and all that? This happened, I must tell you. You have heard of Rabindranath Tagore, the Nobel laureate poet from India. When somebody asked him what's his age when he was, I think, in his late 60s, whatever his age was, he said 1 year less. So a friend of his who was there asked, why are you saying 1 year less? That's not your age. You're 1 year more than what you're saying. He said, no, 1 year I was in England during the mango season. That year I don't count as life. So, in India there are many religions, but now starting end of March till June, there's only mango religion. Everybody's smeared in mango. So, every tree, every bird, every animal is only trying to be a full-fledged life. A mango tree is not thinking how to produce coconuts. A tiger is not thinking how to become an elephant. An ant is not even thinking how to become an elephant, all right, though there are many disadvantages. Because every life in its own nature is striving to be a full-fledged life. And that's all you can also do. If you have too many ideas about life, you will become a constipated life. You know what constipation means? Hello? It happens little by little. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your joy, your love, your blissfulness happens little by little. Constipated life. It's not bursting. Hello? See, this is constipation. Because everybody is trying to be something. The way creation has made you is fine. You just have to nurture this so that it's a full-fledged life, that's all. No, you're supposed to become something because you have a role model to become. So what you're saying is, nature gave you this freedom that only 10% of your life and your nature is fixed by nature. 90% is in your hands. Is this freedom or bondage? That was a question. Is this freedom or bondage? 90% of your life is left to you. You can do it whichever way you want. It's absolute freedom. No other creature has this. Just look at them and see. They can only do just that. Little, small latitude is there, otherwise they're all same. So 90%, you are the maker of your life, only 10% fixed by nature. Isn't this a fantastic life? Hello? No, that is the problem. That is the whole problem. The whole human suffering is coming from this. Don't know how to be. Lot of people openly saying, it is so much better to be an animal because stomach full, you can lie down and sleep. This is not like that. Only when there is no food, it's a big deal. Once you've eaten, it means nothing. Hello? See, there's one lively participant out there. So what to do with this human being? You must learn how to be. How to be means, if you sit here, who you are, how you are, is not determined by what's happening around you. What's happening around you is social drama. Of course you have a role to play. You have to do it. Whatever roles you've taken up, small or big, in your lives. But how to be is your prerogative, because the source of human experience is within you. Whether this moment you're happy or unhappy is within you. Whenever you are happy or miserable, did happiness or misery rain upon you, or did it happen from within you? Hello? Hey, if you're not on talking terms, what is this? I can also sit. So don't just sit there and stare at me. I have practiced a lifetime of simply sitting still. All right? Don't compete with me, huh? I can simply sit here for 2 hours like this and walk away. Is happiness or misery, whatever happened to you, did it happen from within you or outside of you? Oh, this is transformation, you know. Because you always thought your unhappiness is because of your enemy, your mother-in-law, your husband, your wife, this person, that person. Now this is real transformation in 10 minutes. Now you see your happiness and misery is caused from within you. If it's being caused from within you, who is causing it? Don't say us, that includes your wife and husband and everything. If you are experiencing misery right now, who is causing it, I'm asking. It has to be you. What's happening within you is your business, isn't it? Other people do drama around you. But your inner drama is 100% yours, isn't it so? Hello? This would happen, I know you're living in a city, but this would happen to you if alone you walked away into the jungle for 2 years, that you don't know what to say. That would be a great situation. This is not like that, you know what to say, but you won't, because you think somebody else will do it. Yes, this is the only problem right now, this whole save soil problem is just this. Everybody thinks somebody else will do it. What I have seen in the last 2 years, I've been traveling and meeting so many people, many global leaders, many influencers, many political heads, all sorts of people, scientists. What I see is everybody knows there is a serious problem, and most people know generally what is the solution. Only thing is they've been waiting for an idiot to bell the cat. Here I am. Something that everybody knows must be done, but nobody is willing to do. You must stand up and do it, isn't it? Hello? When we know it must be done, because for this kind of work, you will not earn a heap of money, you will end up spending. You will not get an award, you will not get this or that, you may lose your life for all you know. But what needs to be done must be done, isn't it? That is where human ability to do things are, that what is most needed, we can stand up and make it happen. So what is most needed is not soil. What is most needed is human beings are in a certain state. See, today in this room, nobody is famished or starved, all right? Can I assume that? I can see that. Nobody is starved out. Whatever, something that is needed to nourish this body is coming to you. So once food is taken care of, rest is all in your head, isn't it? Hello? The quality of your life is in your head. See, this is so, especially in southern India, even now in the villages it's like that, though it's not so much relevant. When I heard there are a lot of Tamil people, are they? There are Tamil people? Only one. Okay, there are some Kannada people also. So in the village, if you meet somebody, they won't ask you, how are you doing? They will just ask, "Saptingla? Utaita?" This means, have you eaten? Because if you've eaten, what other problem do you have? Rest of the problem is your own poking yourself, isn't it? Human beings are unfortunately suffering their own intelligence. If we take away half the brain, all of you will be peaceful. Hello? To be peaceful has become such a big problem. They have to drown themselves in alcohol, they have to take drugs, they have to take medicines, they have to do all kinds of circus to simply sit here peacefully. Simply because you do not know how to handle your own intelligence. This is the only problem. If you had the brain of an earthworm, you would not only be peaceful, you would also be eco-friendly. But creation decided to give you this big brain with tremendous competence. I'm asking you, is intelligence a problem or a solution? What do you think? Should intelligence be a problem or a solution? It is the only solution that there is, isn't it? Human intelligence. But that's become the biggest problem. You may think you are miserable because of something or the other. No, it's your own intelligence poking you all the time from inside. Tell me, what else are you suffering other than your own thought and emotion? If somebody is physically torturing you, that's a different situation. That needs to be handled differently, all right? That's a totally different thing. But rest of the suffering, 90% of the human suffering is your own thought and emotion. I'm asking, if you are 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever is your age, when will you learn to handle your thought and your emotion to make your life beautiful? Right now, your own thought and emotion is doing crazy things to you. Hello? For this, there are exotic names. This is called stress, anxiety, depression, manic depression. There are 72 varieties of mental illnesses, 72. Which one are you? You can just tell me the number, I know. Well, you may not have found a medical number yet, but people come to me and say, Sadhguru, my mother-in-law, Sadhguru, she's not even a human being. My husband, oh, after all, her son. And my boss, he's terrible, like this. I say, you come. Don't worry, your mother-in-law, husband, boss, everybody will keep them out. Only you. Just come, stay in the yoga center. I'll give you good food, nice place to stay. And if you're willing, I'll take care of you for the rest of your life. Only condition is, I will make a random check on you. When I check, you must be joyful. If you're… then we will stop feeding you because I don't believe in feeding misery. What is the point of feeding misery? So you just leave them in one room, within 24 hours, they're missing the mother-in-law. All kinds of things. In 24 hours, they're twisting themselves out. Say, when you're alone, if you're miserable, obviously you're in bad company, isn't it? Huh? You're sitting here alone and you're miserable. Are you in bad company or no? That one company you need to fix. If this one thing you do not fix, even if everybody around you is fantastic, the more fantastic they are, the more miserable they'll make you. So this one human being, if you know how to keep this one human being, you've made it through the world, isn't it? Others we can manage. Huh? Yes or no? Others we can manage to the extent we can, other we can manage some distance somehow. As long as this one thing is happening the way you want. If this one person that you are happening exactly the way you want yourself to be, would you keep yourself miserable or blissful? You must answer because I'm going to bless you right now. See, the choice is obvious. Such a simple desire, why is it not coming true? Simply because your education systems, your society, everybody telling you, teaching you how to conquer the world, not even telling you how to use your own faculties properly for your benefit. With you as your enemy, It doesn't matter which fortune falls upon you, everything will be disaster, yes or no? Hello? When you are the enemy in your life, doesn't matter, you marry the most wonderful woman, you marry the most wonderful man, you end up with a big lottery, do whatever, everything will cause more and more misery, not less. Because there is only one person who determines the nature of your experience, that is yourself. If you don't take charge of your faculties, if you allow your intelligence to function accidentally, oh, it can cause enormous misery. Why is intelligence causing misery? If I ask you a simple question, this also you must say yes or no, otherwise I'm going to bless you. If I give you a choice, you want your intellect to be sharp or dull? Sharp. So obviously your intellect is a cutting instrument, it's like a knife. If you have a knife in your hands, you must be a little more conscious. Otherwise if you do this, you know. Why is it that we will not give a knife to a child's hand? Not because knife is dangerous, simply because the child's hand is not steady enough, he may cause harm to himself or to somebody else. So right now, that's all that's happened. They gave you a sharp intellect. As I said, if they had given you the brain of an earthworm, oh, how wonderful and peaceful you would be. And as I said, even eco-friendly. We didn't have to start the movement, save soil, you would all be saving soil anyway. The evolutionary faculties that came to us are the greatest blessing that we have. Over a period of time, life evolved to this point. At least do you agree with me? No, don't look at your neighbor or your somebody that you have trouble with and tell me answer. Just tell me by your own understanding. Among all the creatures on this planet, human being is a peak of evolution, isn't it? Hello? Now some of you are not agreeing at all. Is human being the peak of evolution? That means you're on top of the world. But when you look at people on the street, they don't look like they're on top of the world. This is not because of poverty. This is not because of war. This is not because of famine. The people who are in such conditions, that's unfortunate, we need to change that, that's a different situation. Most people have eaten well, but they're miserable because their own intelligence keeps poking them all the time. It doesn't give you 1 minute of rest. You know, like I was talking to a group of people in America, they're saying, Sadhguru, if you can develop a meditation to help people to sleep, this will go, Sadhguru, in a big way in America. To sleep. I said, my life and my work is to awaken people, not to put them to sleep. No, Sadhguru, if you make a sleep app, in your voice, if you make a sleep app, it will sell like anything. Then if everybody sleeps, then what do we do? At least they will be peaceful. Oh, of course, if we are dead, we will be peaceful, all of us. To be peaceful has become such a big problem. Forget about blissful. You know, I was to speak in Tel Aviv, and I flew from Atlanta to Tel Aviv, and I was to get there in mid-morning and speak at 6:30 in the evening, but because of some flight delays, I ended up landing there at 6 o'clock in the evening. So 6:30 is my talk, so I quickly change in the airport and rush because I have this problem that last 40 years I have not really been late to a single event in my life. I want to keep that up. See, you're clapping as if that's a big thing. When you agree to come at a certain time, isn't it your business to come at that time? Hello? But now that's become a great virtue, somebody came on time. So, I landed there, I quickly changed and you know, I'm traveling an American airline, there's nothing edible out there. So, By the time I get there, I'm really hungry, super hungry. Then, but there's no time, so I just rush. And to my surprise, to my amazement, it doesn't usually happen to me. The talk is in a fine restaurant in Tel Aviv. This doesn't usually happen to me at all. I thought, this is really providence, you know, when you're this hungry, isn't this the best place to speak? Then as I walk in, people are greeting me and one person comes and says, "Shalom." I ask him, what does it mean? He says, "This is the highest way of greeting." I said, "See, that's your opinion. What does it mean?" No, this is really the highest way of greeting." I said, "All right, what does the word mean?" Then he says, "It means peace." Then I said, "See, why would peace be the highest way of greeting unless you are born in Middle East?" In South India, somebody comes up in the morning and says, "Peace." I say, "What's wrong with you, man?" So I'm saying whatever you deprive yourself of slowly rises to heaven. Today you talk about peace, people will say divine peace. You talk about joy, they say divine joy. You talk about bliss, they'll say divine bliss. You talk about love, they say divine love. These are all things human beings can do. You can be peaceful, you can be joyful, you can be blissful, you can be loving. You've been, isn't it, here and there? Hello? Is there anybody here who's not felt a moment of love in your life, a moment of joy in your life? That's not true. Everybody has experienced. This means what? You're capable of it, but you're not able to sustain it. Hello? It's a sustainability issue, like with everything else. Yes? You are capable of joy, you are capable of love, you are capable of blissfulness, but can't sustain it, because anybody can mess with it. Just anybody can take it away from you just like that. You're walking on the street happily, somebody said one word, it goes away. So, you don't have a really problem of being joyful or blissful or loving. All of you are capable and competent. Only problem is sustainability, not able to be like that every moment of your life. So, you qualified but not worked on it. Hello? When you were 5 years of age, were you just bubbling with joy for no reason? Hello? Oh, at that time somebody had to make you unhappy. Today somebody has to make you happy. When did the equation get reversed? No, Sadhguru, I'm an adult, I have a lot of responsibility. It is not because you're an adult. If you're an adult, at 5, if you are so joyful, by the time you're 30, you must be ecstatic. Hello? Just the reverse has happened, simply because you lost control over your faculties. Your thought doesn't happen the way you want. Your emotion doesn't happen the way you want. How do you expect your life to happen the way you want? Let's look at it this way. See, when it comes to life situations, whether it's your nation or your society or your street or your family or just two people, both of you at home, even if it's just two people, external situation will never happen 100% your way. Yes or no? Hello? That's why a lot of people take sannyas. 100% it'll never happen your way. 51% if it's happening your way, you have the controlling stake. If you try 100%, nobody will be around you. Yes or no? Hello? So outside situations, in the very nature of things, it is like this, that it can never happen 100% your way. A little bit my way, a little bit your way, a little bit somebody else's way. This is the way outside situation happens. But what happens here must happen my way, isn't it? Hello? If this happened my way, I would always keep it, as you said, blissful and wonderful. How else would you keep yourself? But right now, just about anybody can mess with you. This is not because there's something wrong with your life. You're so serious. Can I tell you a joke? Hello? What is this? Come on. Can I tell you a joke, ladies? This happened. On a certain day, a lady went to sleep. In her sleep, she had a dream. In her dream, she saw a hunk of a man standing there and staring at her. Then he started coming closer and closer and closer. He came so close, she could even feel his breath. And she trembled, not out of fear. And then she asked, "What will you do to me?" The man said, "Well, lady, it's your dream." What's happening in your head is your dream. So right now the problem is not about life not happening the way you want, even the stupid dream is not happening the way you want. So for this you don't have to conquer the world, you have to take charge of your faculties. Huh? Your thought, your emotion, your body, your energies must happen your way, isn't it? Everything that human beings can do, all the beautiful, wonderful things that human beings can be, has been exported to heaven by people. If you say love, they look up. If you say joy, they look up. If you say bliss, they look up. Peace, they look up. These are all things you can do within yourself, yes or no? Hello? I was, our center in Tennessee, if you have lived in America, when I say Tennessee, most people say, "Tennessee? That's where you are?" Because Tennessee has a certain reputation. So, it's a large center coming up now. In the beginning, about 10, 12 years ago, when we first came there, it's a small town, one-horse kind of town. So I just walked in and as I'm walking on the street, I'm greeting people and smiling at them. Well, this is a town where, I'm just the right complexion. A shade darker than this cannot be in the town. I'm just at the right edge. I'm just at the right place. Just a little more, I cannot be there. This is that kind of town. And one huge man, he's like over 6 feet tall, this wide, comes and stands like this close to me. I had to look at him like this. And he looks down at me and says, "God loves us." I said, "The way you are, only God can love you." See, God has to love the mistakes He's made. God loves you is not the point. The thing is, if you make yourself in such a way, nobody can help loving you, that's a good way. Hello? See, when you were a child, you were like that. Nobody could help loving you, everybody wanted to grab you. Yes or no? Now, you think this is being adult? This is being just stupid. Making yourself miserable, making yourself without a moment of joy or peace within you, without something stimulating you, is a stupid way to live, nothing adulthood about it. Hello? No, you're all very serious. Hello? This is very important because joy is not the goal of life. Joy is an ambience that you need within you if this life has to find its full potential. If it is all the time stressed with something, this will not find its full potential. Just managing survival looks like a circus. When a grasshopper can manage his survival with a millionth of your brain, survival should not be an issue, isn't it? But human beings are making this so big, as if survival is the beginning and end of their life. You must understand this. For every other creature, survival fulfills them. For you, survival doesn't fulfill you. Survival only sets the stage for your life to happen, yes or no? Survival doesn't fulfill you. All others, eating, sleeping, reproducing, their life is settled, they have no issue beyond that. But your life is not like that. If you organize your survival, your stage is set. Now what is a dance? That needs to happen. For that to happen, the most important thing is you have an ambience within you which is pleasant for yourself. When you're feeling pleasant, when you're feeling very joyful, do you see how nice you are to everybody? Hello? The same person, if we meet you when you're angry, frustrated, miserable about something, you're also a nasty human being, yes or no? See, for the last 27 years, we've been working in the prisons in southern India, and also we did some work in United States. These are all hardcore criminals, they've come for murder and more most of the time. Because mostly we work with the long-term prisoners. Initially, I personally went there myself and worked with them. What I saw is, these are absolutely wonderful guys. But if you read their history sheet, they have done horrible things. And if you let them out tomorrow, once again they may do the same things, you don't know. At least 40 to 50% may still do the same things. But when they are with me, they're just wonderful. Because if you keep them happy, when they're happy, they are wonderful, like everybody else. When they're miserable, they will share their misery with you. You're also like this, isn't it? You do it within the framework of law, they are little more, far more vigorous than you. The problem is this, you're in pursuit of your happiness. They are also in pursuit of their happiness. They pursue their happiness far more vigorously than you. You are willing to stand in the line, they want to jump the line. That's all crime is, isn't it? Hello? You're willing to stand in the line and pursue your happiness, they will jump the line in some way, one way or the other. So we need to understand this. This is the case of a potato farmer. Once a potato farmer went, because he wanted to eat mangoes, he went to a mango tree. Out of habit, he started digging down, potato farmer, very intensely. Then the tree came down on him. This is all that's happening to human beings. Right now, in your childhood, you got something from outside and you thought that was the source of your happiness. And now you think you want more and more, to a point where we have to come and talk about soil extinction. Can you beat this? Did anybody ever think of this? Could anybody even think of such a thing a generation ago, that soil could go extinct? We have heard of dinosaurs going extinct, dodos going extinct. Soil going extinct? Is such a thing even possible? Could anybody even conceive this 100 years ago? But that's where we are right now. That's where we are. We are heading in that direction. It's not that tomorrow morning, soil will go away. It's not like that. It's just sliding. If you don't reverse the slide, then suffering will come. This year, the World Food Programme is expecting at least 60 to 70% more famine conditions in Africa than last year. Last year they spent in 2021, they spent $9 billion distributing food to various famine-affected areas. This doesn't mean all the people ate well, they just got enough to survive. This year, they are saying their budget has to be 15 million. But I don't know what will happen, because suddenly they are being pushed towards doing things in Ukraine. I'm not saying they shouldn't do that, everywhere there are people, but Africa is heading into a place where there will be serious problems with food. Just this year, 2022, famine conditions are supposed to go up anywhere from 50 to 60% compared to what it was last year. So this is not only… When we say famine, we tend to think, oh, that happens in Africa, that happens in some poor country. No. World Food Programme predicts famine conditions in around Chicago and Illinois state by 2035, because soil depletion has come to such a point. Well, we may transport food and try to feed people, but if people are not growing food where they need it, where they're living, at least 60% of the food is not coming from the land upon which they are living, you are sitting on a potential disaster. It is great that today the Caribbean nations are focusing in that direction, that the leadership in the CARICOM region, everybody is thinking in terms of how we must be producing the food that we need. It's not like everything that we need has to be produced, but at least 60% of the diet that we need must come from the land around us. If this doesn't happen, we will pay a price, because when there are food shortages, whoever has the biggest guns will take the food, just know this. Yes, it is not because you have it, you will have it. Whoever has the power will take it when there are food shortages. And the UN agencies are saying by 2040, you could expect dozens of civil wars across the world because of food shortages. Because human beings will not be human beings once there is no food to eat in a given city or in a given country. The people who are living here in this city right now, whatever civilization they are exhibiting in their daily life, 3 days if there is no food in this city, all civilization will just evaporate like it didn't exist. Even humanity will evaporate. People will become like, this will happen because this has happened. We've just forgotten. Even in India, I'm just reminding them of this, because just before 1950s, we had terrible famines. In 1942, there was a famine in India which took 3.2 million people in 4 months. See, this is not like a bomb. Famine is not like a bomb. If you drop a bomb, we will die immediately, which is a relief compared to a famine. Famine means in 4 months, slowly people will die. There have been situations where people have cut the limbs of their own children and eaten it, okay, because of hunger, not able to bear the hunger. So, this is very important, because as a humanity, as a generation, if we don't take these steps right now, we will regret this, because the loss of biodiversity in the world is at that pace. According to UNFAO, every year, 27,000 species of microbes are going extinct. If it goes at this rate, in another 30 to 40 years' time, we'll reach a place we will not be able to regenerate the soil even if we wish to. This generation, we are in a cusp of time, we are on a threshold, we are on a precipice that if we do the right things, we can turn around in the next 10 to 15 years' time. If we don't do that, we will go over, and then it'll be late. The populations are increasing everywhere, and food production inevitably will decrease, and even if the food production can be kept up through artificial means, it will not nourish us. Right now, already this discussion has begun in various agencies that if the food production or the population growth doesn't slow down and the food production doesn't go up, soil regeneration does not happen by 2030, they want to push the world strongly towards GMO crops. So, GMO, everything if it becomes genetically modified, we will have food. But what is the quality of food we are eating is one big question, and what we are doing to the planet is another question. And also, it will only give us a bridge for another 20 to 25 years. Again, when it crashes, there will be no way out. So I am not, a doomsday person going on painting negative picture about life. I'm a very positive person, always. I'm saying these things because as a generation, we have both the challenge, the responsibility and the privilege that we could be the generation who turned it around if we do the right things. So from 21st of March, as already been told, I am on a crazy ride starting from London all the way to Kaveri Basin in the south. Already in the Kaveri Basin, there's 83,000 square kilometers of land which houses about 5.2 million farmers. They work and live there. We've been working and replenishing this land in a big way. Seeing the success of this today, all the UN agencies, relevant UN agencies like UNCCD, which is for combating desertification, and World Food Programme, UNWFP, and also IUCN and UNEP, all of them have partnered with us, and most nations are showing interest in signing, above all, being part of the citizenry of CARICOM nation here, Guyana, and also the other nations, 4 nations, have signed up that they are definitely going in this direction because this is a direction we must take care of if we are concerned about future generations. Future generation is also not the point. 2035, 2040 is not future generation, it's this generation. But right now we are eating up the food or the soil that belongs to the unborn child. We are already consuming that. This, in my opinion, in my emotion, I feel this is a crime against humanity. That a child which is yet to be born, that child's food if we eat it up, do you think it's a crime? I strongly feel it's a crime against humanity, and we should not be a generation who did this, because for this, it is not rocket science. We have always known this. For example, in southern India, there is a history of 12,000 years of farming, the same land. But we kept the land fertile. But in 40 years of our idea of modern farming, we've destroyed the land completely, where 62% of India's land is today considered fallow or degenerated soil. That's where we have taken that land. We can turn this around. Right now, political leadership is showing some determination, and if people move, this is very important. You must understand, to be a leader of a nation, what this means. It is like if you have 4 children and your house budget, how you manage. If you buy something for this child, that child will scream, that child, if you give something, this one will scream. If you buy new clothes, there'll be no food. If you buy food, there'll be nothing else, something else. This is the nature of any budget. So why would any government, whose term is 4 to 6 years usually in most countries, why would they want to invest in something which will take 10, 15, 20 years to yield result, unless people say so? People have not spoken, unfortunately, in the world. Everybody is thinking it is the business of the political leadership. No. When you're in a democratic nation, your vote and your voice are 2 fundamental things that you must exercise. This is your time to exercise your voice as a global citizen. The significance of this movement is, it's very vital that you understand, and the most important part of it is not against anybody. It is not against this industry, this person, this lobby, that lobby, no. We are not even recommending, see, because in my opinion, agriculture is not a philosophy, it is not an ideology, it is not a religion, it's a practical activity, we must do it the way it works. So people who live in urban centers have no business to tell the farmer, do organic for us. No, if you want organic, he will say it'll cost you twice the amount. If you're willing to pay, of course he'll grow it for you, if there is a market. So it is not for you to tell a farmer how he should grow it. Don't use pesticide, don't use fertilizer. Believe me, you can say whatever you want. The fact of the matter is, let's say today we stop all fertilizers and pesticides and whatever else is being used. I know it's being used excessively, that's not the point, but if you stop it, the food production in the world will come down to 25% of what it is right now. That means, you know what, it's a disaster. So these things have to happen slowly over a period of time, because in 8 to 12 years' time, very comfortably we can do this across the world. If you increase the organic content in the soil, the water consumption will come down, and the costs of this agricultural production will come down significantly. See, for example, if you raise the organic content to 8 to 10%, your irrigation requirement will come down to 30% of what it is right now. If you raise it to 12 to 15%, your irrigation will come down to 10 to 15%, that if you're using 100 liters of water, it'll come down to 15 liters of water for the same crop. If you don't understand what I'm saying, you are a country of rainforest, you walk in and not with any implement with you, just with your fingers, you dig in and see. Wherever you dig, the land will be damp. That's all the plants want. That's all the crop wants, that it needs damp, you know, with lot of humidity, it needs soil, and that's always there if you create enough humus. Anyway, the very word human comes from the word humus. Land needs humus. Without organic content, there is no soil. It's very important we understand that soil is not our property. It's a legacy that's come to us. We must commit ourselves that we will pass this soil in a living condition to future generations. This is a fundamental responsibility we have. Thank you very much. If you have a question. See, I must tell you this, the Indian High Commissioner is asking the first question, I must tell you this, Indians are full of questions. For them, even if a divine entity comes, they will only ask questions. See, Shiva came, he opened his mouth, his wife asked him 1,000 questions. Krishna came, he chooses one guy to speak to, he asks hundreds of questions. So I was speaking about this, we were trekking in Tibet with a group of people. There was a Chinese lady who had earlier worked in United Nations and she was trekking with us. Then I explained the whole Indian psyche, because one person stood up to ask a question, an Indian man who is living in United States. And he asked a question which lasted 8 minutes. Because Indians have practiced how to ask a question for over thousands of years, question inside a question, inside a question, inside a question. He took 8 minutes to ask this question. Then I said, I spoke about, this Indian questioning thing, where it comes from. Then this lady stands up and says, Sadhguru, when I worked in UN for 28 years, only Indians were asking questions. So, this is an Indian question.
Namaste, Sadhguru. I actually had 2 questions, but I'm going to reduce it to 1. Sadhguru, with all the conflict that's happening in the world right now, what do you think are the real obstacles for peace across the world?
What is obstacle for peace?
For peace in the world.
See, whenever blood spills, suddenly everybody gets emotional about this. But whenever they show you on the television missiles flying, choo, 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 all kinds of like fireworks, it's going on, wow. You go and watch the movie, boom, 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 everything, everybody's enjoying it, otherwise the movie wouldn't be successful. Now when it suddenly spills in your face, you get offended. So please, if you are a manufacturer of, not some big thing, you're manufacturing guns and bullets, you want it to be sold or not? Hello? You want it sold or not? So if you sell it to all these people, should they shoot somebody or not? I'm asking you, it's a simple question. I know people will get angry, but I'm asking, what is the expectation of manufacturing? That somebody will buy it. Somebody buys, what's the next expectation? They will use it and again come back to you for more, yes or no? So this was going on at that time. I was in the World Economic Forum and the Sudanese war was going on, North and South Sudan, terrible, butchery was going on. So some Hollywood stars and all are being appointed as ambassadors. And they go there, they pick up one African child is a prize. African child, a black child in your hands like this. All the best photographers are following you, taking pictures of you, everything. So they were doing all this, they were appointing people. I said, see, you want to do photo op, it's up to you. I'm not against it. Photographers also have to live, I'm not against it, they also shoot. But if you're really serious about stopping the Sudanese war, they played a video in the Economic Forum where the soldiers, those militants or soldiers, whatever you want to call them, they're all simply shooting in the air to the sky. They're not even shooting at somebody. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, the automatic weapons are just shooting in the sky. I said, see, look at the way they're shooting. Obviously, there is a very generous supply of armaments, bullets. Hello? Otherwise, if I'm fighting a war, I won't waste a bullet shooting the cloud. Hello? If I'm fighting a war or you're fighting a war, do you want to shoot the cloud? No, you want to shoot the enemy, because it's an issue. They're just shooting the sky. Obviously, there is a very generous supply. I said, see, there are 62 manufacturers in the world, I got the names. I'll give you names and addresses who manufacture that caliber of armament. I'll give you the names and address. Why don't you just go and stop it? Once they shoot the sky enough, after that at least they have to hack each other. Number of deaths will come down significantly. You cannot take away their anger, their enmity, at least you can take away the implements, isn't it? Which caused this mass murder? No, but that is business, no, that must go on. So we want peace also. Well, many economies in the world will not survive if at least once in 10 to 15 years, if there's no serious engagement of war, many economies will not survive. That's a fact. So, well, this makes everybody angry because I'm disturbing business. Then you don't talk about peace. War is your business, it's fine. Just do it. Don't talk about peace. If you want to talk about peace, no, but they got it, so I have to have it. Yes, that is true. Still the world is in such mistrust that you got the gun. If I don't have it, I don't feel safe, so it goes on building up. I understand that. This is why post-World War II, we built League of Nations and then became United Nations, all right? At that time, having seen the massacre that happened in Europe and also in Northern Africa, in many places, also in Asia, after seeing World War II, everybody thought, once again we will never fight. Just look back and see. Since then, continuously we've been fighting somewhere or the other. Everybody said, 21st century is a new century, it's the age of the millennials. Here it won't happen. Just see from 2000 onwards, how many wars? Continuously on, isn't it? So you need to understand, when there are commercial interests in your blood will spill. There is simply no other way. So we need to address this. Nobody wants to address the real thing. Everybody wants to just… when they see the television blood spilling, they want to talk peace. Once it goes off, it's okay. Every drama, if not every drama, I may be wrong, but tell me, I'm not such an avid movie watcher, so I'm asking, at least 50% of the cinema that comes out, without killing somebody, there's no cinema, am I correct? At least 50%. So people are enjoying it. Why are you talking about peace and disturbing their life? Yes, unfortunately, this is where we are. This is why human consciousness is very, very important. What consciousness means is, see right now, what is it that divides us? Well, I want you to understand, it's just your memory on one level. You are an Indian person, where is it? Oh, it's in my blood. No, it's in your memory. If I pull out the memory card, you won't know who you are. Yes or no? So, this is my family, this is my culture, this is my education, this is my nation, this is my religion. Where is all this? Just in your memory. So your memory, though it's a great potential, it is also a boundary that you draw. Right now it's only because of memory you exist. There is evolutionary memory, there is genetic memory, there is karmic memory. Variety of memories make you the person that you are. It is a possibility, but it is also a boundary. So what consciousness means is, the English word consciousness is being used a bit loosely. In India we would call it chitta. What chitta means is, it's an intelligence within you which is unsullied by memory. There's absolutely no memory in it, but it is the source of everything, it's the intelligence. See, when I say it's the source of everything, Srinivas, what did you have today afternoon? Nothing. Food, I'm asking. Breakfast, what did you have? Okay. Hey, look at the way he says it. Guyanese breakfast. See, he's Indian. Because in his memory, only bisi-bele-baat tastes good. In his memory, memory is not just in your head, it's built into every cell in your body. In his memory, that sambar, that smell of the sambar, the chutney, the dosa, Guyanese breakfast. So you ate something. If you eat a slice of bread, over 4 to 5 hours' time, this slice of bread becomes a human being, isn't it so? Hello? This is how you become who you are, isn't it? So there is an intelligence within you which can make a slice of bread into a human being. See, suppose I take a slice of bread in my hand and make it into a human being. Who do you think I am? Must be the creator, isn't it? But you are doing it all the time. Only thing is you're doing it unconsciously. You just have to understand this. Whatever you do unconsciously doesn't exist for you. Whatever you're unconscious of, it doesn't exist for you. Right now, just see a huge rhinoceros come into the hall. Don't look back, huh? A huge rhinoceros, such a big animal. But you're unaware of it. It doesn't exist for you, isn't it? Right here, the intelligence which makes the creation is also functioning within you, isn't it? If a piece of bread has to become human being over a few hours, obviously it's functioning, but you are unaware of it. If you're unconscious of it, it does not exist for you. Doesn't matter how big it is. So, the whole movement is called Conscious Planet because of this, because human beings need to become conscious. Right now, all the damage, whether it's war or the ecological damage, whatever else is happening, is all because human intelligence and competence being used unconsciously and compulsively, isn't it? See, if you are here as any other creature, you functioning instinctively was perfectly okay, because for that level of competence, it's all right. Once you become a human being, the level of intelligence and competence that's invested in you, if you function instinctively and not consciously, then you cause a disaster. So the disaster has happened not because of evil intentions. Disaster has happened because of our unconscious and compulsive forces within us, isn't it? Even the war is happening. You may think, see, both the people will always try to paint the other as evil, but somebody is willing to die for something means you have to trust that man, isn't it? Hello? I'm willing to die for something. This means somewhere I'm 100% sure what I'm doing is right. When both the sides, they're 100% willing to die, what does this mean? Both the sides believe they're just doing the right thing. You may look at it from outside and take a call, okay, this guy is a bad guy, this guy is a good guy. But in that living situation, both the people 100% believe they are doing the right thing, otherwise they won't die for it. Yes or no? See, people may be willing to kill somebody for something, but people are not willing to die unless it means so much, isn't it so? So in your memory there is nationality, in your memory there is religion, in your memory there is parentage, in your memory there is me and you. But in your consciousness, there is no such thing as you and me. This is a living cosmos, this is a conscious cosmos. You are like a soap bubble, you capture a little bit of it. Whether you become conscious of that or not is the only question. Now, let's say you and me blow soap bubbles, yours came this big, mine comes this big, okay? Then I say, see, this is my bubble, that's your bubble. Poop, it went. Then do you say, this is my air, this is your air? No. Just like that, you and me have just captured some life out of this living cosmos that is there. It is not your making, but now it is yours. If you keep it conscious, it'll do tremendous things. If you keep it unconscious, with the best intentions, you will do terrible things. This is the nature of human existence. It always with best intentions, worst things happen, isn't it? Hello? See, if you're a good Indian, that's when you fight a good Pakistani. All right? You're a good Hindu, you fight a good Muslim. You're a good American, you just fight about anybody. The more good you think you are, the more you're getting into conflict, isn't it so? Hello? The more good you think you are, the more you're getting into conflict, because what you think is good is your assumption. So this is a serious mistake we have made, trying to produce good people in the world. Now, we need joyful and sensible human beings on the planet. That's all we need.
Hi, Sadhguru. I'm 100%…
Where are you? Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Hi, Sadhguru. I'm 100% Guyanese and I have two questions for you. My first question is that, is the concept of God and spirituality the highest benchmark of illusion human created for themselves? That is my first question.
Please repeat that question. First part of it I didn't hear.
Is the concept of God and spirituality…
What?
The concept…
God. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the concept of God and spirituality the highest benchmark of illusion man or human beings created for themselves?
Hey, you asked for enough trouble already. Let me answer that question.
Okay.
See, there are two aspects to you. One is the need to believe something. Another is the need to know something. Which one you will empower within you is up to you. It's not for me to judge, this is better than that. So, you said God and spirituality, you put both of them in one basket. See, God means you have to believe, isn't it? Hello? Because I see lots of Indian faces. We have 33 million gods and goddesses. It's a very creative nation, because we know the technology of God-making. Yes, we know how to create a form, energize it and make something about it. Why that is, there's a whole science to it, that's a different matter, this question. But essentially, if you want to be religious, you have to be a believer. What does belief give you? I want you to just, tonight, when you go out, just open your eyes and see. You don't know where this universe begins, where it ends. In the middle of this, on this little mud ball that you call as planet Earth, you are standing. Don't know? Don't know a damn thing, isn't it? Hello? You think somebody knows a damn thing about how the earth is held in its place? Hello? You think your scientists know it? Nobody knows, it's just happening, all right? So naturally, whoever is doing this, bow down. This is one way. Another way is you want to know. So if you believe something, it'll give you some sense of, some settlement within you, some sense of peace, some sense of confidence, because you think whoever created this universe is holding your hand. We don't know that, but it's giving you confidence. Well, otherwise you're going to so many other confidence-building programs and this and that. You understand if you're playing a game or doing a job or whatever, if you are a little more confident, you perform a little better. At least you feel that way, yes or no? So that one thing, if you cross that bridge because of your belief, suddenly you are a more effective human being. So why would you want people to be denied of that? See, if you say spiritual, then we always refer to those people as seekers. To be a seeker, what is the qualification? See, this happened to me when I was just about 4.5 or nearly 5 years of age. Suddenly one day I realized I don't know anything. I don't know anything means I don't know anything at all. Like if you give me a glass of water, I'm just staring at this water for 2-3 hours at a stretch. I know how to use the water, but I don't know what it is. Even now you don't know what it is. With all this scientific exploration, we still do not know one atom in its entirety. We know how to use them, we know how to fuse them, we know how to break them, we know how to do many things, but we don't know what it is, that's a fact. So when I realized I don't know what it is, I just went on staring at something. If I find a leaf, I'm just sitting with this leaf 5-6 hours at a stretch. In the night, if I sit up in my bed, I'm sitting there the whole night staring at the darkness. My dear father, who is no more, being a physician, he started thinking that I need psychiatric evaluation. You also think so? This boy is always staring at something, it looks like he's lost it. Because my problem is I'm looking at this and I still don't know what this is, so I'm not able to look at anything else. I'm going on looking at this only, because I still don't know what is this. In this condition, they sent me to school. My mother said, don't look here and there, just pay attention to the teacher. So I went and paid attention to the teacher. The kind of attention they would have never received in their life. Initially, they were saying something, I sort of understood what they were trying to say. But then after some time I realized, see, they're just making noises, I'm making up the meanings in my head. Even now. See, suppose I start talking in some other language other than the languages that you understand, as far as you're concerned, I would be just making noises, isn't it? Even now, this is just noise I'm making. But language is a conspiracy between two people. I will utter a sound, you will make up that agreed meaning. See, when somebody comes home, you ask the High Commissioner and his wife, somebody comes home who are not Kannada people, suddenly they want to say something about them, they'll speak in Kannada. It's a conspiracy, always. Language is a conspiracy, isn't it? So, I realized they're just making noises, I'm the one who's making up all the meanings. So I decided not to make up the meanings, I just heard the noises. This is very important for you must understand this, children especially. See, you are deciding what is important and what is not important. This is the worst mistake you made in your life. If this is all creation, and also if you're religious and you believe in God, if this is all God's doing, how come ant gets less attention and elephant gets more attention? This is not right. Hello? Yes or no? If you paid enough attention to an ant, it is one of the most spectacularly crafted creature. If at all, if you ever want to build an automobile, it must be like an ant, yes or no? But no, you think it's not important. So people are always trying to pay attention to what is important. In the whole cosmos, what is important for them? 1 or 2 things. Slowly they'll come to a place, my husband, my wife, my 2 children, that's all that's important. Only 4 things in their entire life, how will there be anything worthwhile? So spiritual means you realized you don't know. When you don't know, your attention is boom, you cannot turn it off. So I went on like this, this happened about 12 years ago. This school where I studied over 50 years ago, they came to invite me to their 125th anniversary. They said, you must come and address the students. I said, see, I was not just a not good student, I was not even a student. I only came when it was absolutely necessary. Why are you asking me to come? I'm not a nice inspiration for the children. They said, no, no, our school has produced cricketing stars, film stars, union ministers. You are the only mystic, you must come. I said, okay. So I went there and I stood up to speak in the quadrangle, the same oppressive buildings. As I looked like this, I saw this classroom and I suddenly remembered. I was around 12 years of age. These are days when, for many days, I won't utter a single word, because when you don't know anything what to say, so I am still trying to drink up life, not able to say first thing is perception, then expression, isn't it? I know with the social media world it's changed, first expression, after that we'll see what was the perception. Otherwise, first perception, then expression. I have not even perceived what is around me, I'm still looking. What is there to say? So for days on end I don't speak. So this teacher is asking me a question and trying to elicit an answer from me. 35, 40 minutes he tried every trick he knows. I'm looking at him, I'm paying full attention. I can see him, I know his past, present and future, but I can't hear what he's saying, because I hear some sounds, but the languages I'm not deciphering in my mind. Then at the end of this, he gets so mad with me. He comes and holds me by the shoulder, shakes me like this violently and says, "You must either be the divine or the devil, I think you are the later." Then till then my problem is, what is this, what is this, what is that, what is that, what is that, what is that? My mind is full of a million questions. But one thing was always clear to me, this is me. Suddenly this guy confused me about this also. I look like this, what is this? Is this divine, devil, what the hell is this? Staring didn't work, so I started closing my eyes. Initially minutes, hours, it went into days. Sometimes if I closed my eyes for days, I did not open my eyes. Why I'm saying this to you is, human experience is entirely caused from within. We're coming to the 101 game. Is it true? Hello? Is it true? Your pain and pleasure, your joy and misery, your agony and ecstasy happens from within you. The seat of your experience is within you. Only problem is you are not sitting on that seat, you're flying all over the place. Right now, you're a bunch of things that you have accumulated, in the sense. See, you were not born in this shape and size as you are today. You were born like this. How did you become like this? Guyanese breakfast or bisibele bath. We don't know what you ate. But food that you ate, this is an accumulation of food that we have eaten. And you have thoughts and emotions. Where did these come from? Accumulation of impressions of what you see, hear, smell, taste and touch through the five senses. So these things you accumulated or you gathered. What you gather, you can claim it is mine. See, right now, I can say this is my tumbler. But you'll think, oh, Sadhguru has some problem. Why is he claiming it's his tumbler? But then you'll think, okay, everybody says he's wise, let us listen some more. But after some time I said, this is me, then you'll say, let's go. Yes? Because it's very clear. If I think this is me, you know there is a case here. Every day you're doing this, food appears in your plate. You say, this is my food. You eat it, then you say, this is me. This is all the problem is. Once you think yourself to be something other than what you really are, then everything has gone wrong. If you make this one mistake, everything has gone wrong. You can believe, disbelieve, do this, do that. This is the fundamental thing. What is me, what is not me? At least this much must be clear, isn't it? Right now I'm wearing these clothes. If I say, this is me, after some time, you know, there are problems. This has happened to you. See, somebody need not really come and poke you with a pin to cause pain to you. If somebody, a child comes and scratches the paint in your house, oh, it hurts, heart breaks. Hello? I'm saying, where is you, where is not you, which is not you must become clear to you in your experience. So spiritual process means you're searching, what is the nature of my existence? Religion means you've assumed. So it is not one against the other, it is just that what is it that you're interested in. If you're interested in just surviving, do well in something that you're doing, then you believe something, it'll work. Otherwise, your interest is not just survival or just doing better than somebody else. You want to know, otherwise you can't rest. If you got that kind of a problem, then you become a seeker, you want to know the truth. So this is an individual choice. It is not for us to give a commentary, this is the highest level of hallucination, imagination. No. You're talking all this because of people who believe things in such a way that everybody else's beliefs are nothing. Because of this, violence happens, war happens, all kinds of ugly things happen. Because of that you're talking, but that is only a consequence. That consequence would happen for money, that consequence would happen for possessions, for wealth, in so many ways that would happen. But these two tools of religion and spiritual process are just this. Is your life about surviving well and doing reasonably well in your life? You must believe something, whatever it is. In your culture, it is there. Or you come to that kind of intelligence within you, you can't settle for just doing well in your life. You want to know. Without knowing, you cannot rest. If you have such a problem, then you must become a spiritual seeker. I think we have taken too much time. Thank you very much once again. I wish to thank you, His Excellency, the President of Guyana. Am I saying it correctly? I'm sorry. Yes, so for being part of the Save Soil movement. As I said earlier, people will always ask, what can I do, what can I do? Their idea of what can I do is, shall I go and fix my garden? Yes, of course, your garden must be fixed, there's no question about it, that has to be done. But Save Soil is about agricultural soils in the world. 71% of the land mass on the planet is being plowed right now in the form of agriculture. This is in serious levels of degradation in different nations, almost every nation, without exception. So, making it mandatory, like for example, if you want to build a house in your city, if you have 10,000 square feet of land, you can't build 10,000 square feet of building. Maybe you can build 6,000, 7,000, whatever is the law in the town. But if you have, let us say, 10 acres of land, agricultural land, you can plow every inch of it. In 10-15 years, you can turn it into a desert. There is no law against it. This is all we are asking for. This responsibility we must take as a generation. If you own agricultural lands, keeping the soil alive is our business for our own well-being and for the well-being of the future generations. Minimum 3 to 6% has to be there to keep the soil as a living entity. It is not an inert substance, it is a living entity. In a handful of soil, there is anywhere between 7 to 10 billion organisms. So, this has to go this way. Many of you have children, if you look at their faces, how will you face this world? By living a world that's barren for our children. That should not happen. It's in this context, and anyway, Guyana has signed up, and today I've been to your… what? Okay? Kaichu. What… I'm sorry, did I say it correctly? Kaichu, what a fantastic place. And you have a very rich land. Here the problem is not that big as it is in many other heavily populated nations, but don't think it'll not come to you. It's just a question of time. Whoever believed Ganga basin, Kaveri basin, Narmada basin would ever become barren, whoever believed it? 10,000–12,000 years we farmed it and we thought it's forever. In southern India, in the Kaveri delta, the farmers don't refer to the soil as soil. They always say tangam, this means it's gold. They always refer to soil as gold, but today it has become sand in a matter of 40–45 years of so-called industrialized agriculture. So please, let's not drive ourselves there. Such a beautiful country you have and a determined leadership which wants to drive in the right direction. Thank you very much for having me here. Namaskaram. And we want to present the soil document to His Excellency and maybe the Agriculture Minister also. And from 21st of March, I am on the road. You must be with me and make big noise about soil. Hello? That's not big noise. So we've written a specific document for the Caribbean. For every nation or every region, we produce these books based upon the latitudinal position, the soil the soil type, the economic conditions and also the agricultural traditions. Considering these things, this has been made. Here is the… It's my great pleasure. So, what is… oh, I'm sorry. For the young people, you must.
Thank you very much, Sadhguru. We'd just like to thank President Ali, Vice President, all the cabinet ministers for welcoming us to Guyana. What a warm welcome and a good Guyanese breakfast. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sadhguru, for your kind words.
I think we must make them sing the soil song.
Yeah, one time.
Will you say this after me? La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
All together now. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Somebody say la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Clap your hands. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Say say la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Oh Guyana Babu. Oh Guyana Babu. I am the greatest of the Trinidad Babu. And Guyanese, I really love you. Thank you so very much, guys.